Welcome back. Now we are going to discuss e-commerce. What are some of the advantages and disadvantages of buying products online?
Well, I have some positive experiences and I have some negative experiences. It's like we have the good news and the bad news. Which do you want first?
I would like to hear the good news first.
The good news is that a lot of times you can buy products online. The cost might be a little cheaper than if you go to a brick and mortar store, but you may not be able to try an article on if you're buying clothing or something like that, which has happened to me in the past.
And by brick and mortar, you mean a real store in the city?
Correct. Brick
Okay.
and mortar refers to a store in the city, which may be inconvenient for people because they may have to travel a long distance, so therefore purchasing online might be more advantageous and save time and more efficient for them. But sometimes it might be, the road to hell in terms of buying something, because you may receive goods that you didn't order, and when you try to exchange them, people are very poor at communicating, customer service is bad, and so on and so forth. I'm kind of going through that experience right now. But in terms of positive experiences, generally, I buy through Facebook and with other people, and my experience has been good. The reason is, I think, because I can go and I can look at the product. I'm kind of a hands-on guy. I want to see it, I want to feel it, and I want to take a look at it. I just can't accept pictures. I want to examine the product. So, in a sense, the advantage of being online is I can see and get kind of an idea of what the product is like, and then contact the person and go and do it.
So you're buying products online. Are these mostly local products, or are they coming from overseas?
Both. And the one that I'm dealing with now, where I'm having a very bad experience, is I bought a jacket, or I paid for a jacket about 3.5 weeks ago. I still have not received it. I've received a tracking number, which is totally bogus. You try to enter it, and the site does not recognize it.
I see.
And when I write back to the company where the order was placed, they tell me, oh, I understand your concern and all that kind of crap. But they don't give me an actual answer. Please be patient. Sometimes there's delays and so on and so forth. So they're trying to justify, I think, the delay. In fact, maybe it's a total scam. And in the meantime, we placed a request with PayPal to try to get our money back, because they do guarantee if it's a bad purchase that they will do that. In the meantime, I see this company come up on Facebook, and I always write a scathing comment about it. Don't buy, your money's going out the window. And I can see other people are having a similar experience.
I see.
And what I've learned about this company is that they may be headquartered in the state of Washington, but their actual physical facility is probably in China.
I see.
And they also attempted to charge me for sales tax from Washington, and we don't even live in the U.S. And I called them on this, and they said it's a federal sales tax. Well, there's no federal sales tax in the U.S., so that's totally bogus. And it's just a way to probably try to extract more money out of the unknowing customer.
Well, it seems there's a lot of dangers and benefits also to shopping online. Could you give us maybe some examples of how we could better protect ourselves? What should we do to make sure that we don't fall into traps and end up losing our money?
Well, what I've learned from this experience is to do a search about the company first and see what kind of feedback people have with this company. Usually, and I've noticed with this particular company, they will post a lot of positive comments, and then there's an overwhelmingly huge amount of unsatisfied customers.
I see.
Wrong sizes. Somebody would order a 4XL, and it comes and it's like for a 12-year-old or something like that. It doesn't even match the size or anything like that. So what I've learned is investigate a little bit first. Don't just buy with your emotion or your heart. Use your mind and investigate. See what kind of feedback others have had with this company. If it's been positive, then you're probably a lot safer doing it. That's why when I buy locally from others who are selling goods in Taichung, I feel pretty good about it, and all of my things that I bought secondhand have actually worked out well. I also sell a lot of things too, and nobody's ever come back to me with problems either.
Interesting. And would you recommend? I know there's PayPal. PayPal actually is a good example of an enabling company because they facilitate the money transfer from the purchasers to the sellers. Could you say, is it better to use Visa, PayPal, money order? What's your experience there?
Well, I think in our conversation we mentioned something about third party also, and PayPal would be the third party in this. But if we've ordered a product and we don't receive it and we want to cancel our order, of course we can go to the company first and try to cancel the order. But if we've used PayPal, PayPal acts as the intermediary towards trying to get the money back because we actually pay through PayPal. I think then they have to try to collect the money also from the original seller as well. But they will investigate also. They're going to try to find out how long has it been since you placed the order. Have you had any kind of correspondence with the company? And I've got several emails that I've written back and forth. And you can tell on a couple of these emails when they reply that some of it is standard prose, right? It's boilerplate kinds of stuff. And then the English has some problems too, which leads me to believe that maybe they're not really in Washington, that they're in China, and maybe these are non-native speakers who are English speakers who are corresponding. But I think to protect yourself, you need to make sure that you've done your homework, and that's what I learned about the hard way.
Wow.
So I guess it's just the way I am. I think that there's more good in the world than evil, and I want to trust people who say that they're going to deliver what they propose that they're selling.
I agree with you. There is more good than evil. However, it's a two-way street, which requires that we as the buyers do our homework, as you said, and investigate the sellers.
That's right, right. And I think that if people do that, then they're going to be a lot better off, and we'll be able to put some of these companies out of business because people will become more aware of what they should do before they purchase something online.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mike.
Yeah. Thanks, Thomas. I think one of the questions that we might have regarding our lecture just now is what are some of the advantages and disadvantages to buying online?
Okay. So that would be question number one. What are some of the advantages and disadvantages to buying products online? For question number two, I would say, how do you think you are best able to make sure that you don't get cheated when dealing with e-commerce and purchasing things online? What are 2 or 3 things that you can do to protect yourself, to make sure that you do not lose your money when purchasing things online?
Very good.